So the imperative to innovate among established companies is quite straightforward, which is that we live in a hyper-competitive world where there are new companies emerging all the time trying to steal market share away from established leaders. So I think that innovation investment naturally, as you say, flows to the things which are already established because, of course, the big power brokers in most organizations, the ones who are sitting on top of the big cash flow generating operations. When you look at how venture capital companies and private equity houses make their bets, they are looking for those investments which have the potential for a huge upside return. And they are quite comfortable with the idea that if they make 10 investments, they will actually lose money on a few of them, as long as one or two of them make a sort of a 10x, a tenfold increase. Now, as an established company, you can't completely replicate what the private equity and venture capital companies are doing, but you can absolutely learn something from them. So it's a corporate level decision to say, let's divide up the money and let's make sure that, let's say, 10% of our innovation portfolio is put into these game-changing innovation ideas, and to treat that a little bit more like a venture fund. So the question of how you govern or oversee the process of innovation is a difficult one, and there's problems on both sides. In other words, if you just let every business, shall we say, make their own choices, you get chaos. So that's the problem on one side, but the problem on the other side of excessive governance is equally problematic. I can think of many companies who've created these so-called stage gate processes, these funnels, where the system is so constraining, it has so many stages and so many gates, that actually projects get killed. So, balance, as always, is necessary. We need some structure to the process. But frankly, most established companies that I've ever dealt with have actually over-engineered rather than under-engineered that process. And in many cases, what they need is to find ways of shortcutting some of the steps in that process so that when they've got ideas which are particularly exciting, they can actually get them out into the market quicker.